Back, I'm Gertie Rude, back again, that Friday mood. Well, here we are, all safely gathered in, another week over, and on the precipice of an exciting but restful weekend. The weather here in Sussex is peeing down, and it's barely got light, and it's now getting dark again because it's just been grey and horrible all day. So I don't know where you are in the world, but true to form, it's horrible where I am. So, I've had a mega busy day, and all sorts of things are happening, let's say that. And if you know, you know. So, we're going to have a look at this. Vomit-inducing nonsense. Fake Meghan Markle slammed as Netflix series doesn't include recipes. Well, I'm not being funny. That's a relief, isn't it? I mean, anything she cooks up's going to be a load of old bleeding hooey to start with. Her aubergine, courgettes and one thing and another in a muffin. Who does that? Literally nobody does it, but apparently it's a thing. So, let's jump in and find out what she's doing. Viewers surprised Netflix show about hosting features no cooking. Viewers surprised Netflix show about hosting features no cooking. That's odd, because I thought it did. I thought it was a cooking show. Oh well, obviously I stand corrected. Oh, it's a mystery where the Marklet's concerned, isn't it? It's a conundrum wrapped up in a bleeding metaphor. Anyway, let's go.
And this, by the way, the reason we're talking about this, apart from the fact that,
right.
Yes, don't worry, it's coming out soon, despite the delay, but it's the fact, of course, as I'm going to talk to Rupert Bell about now,
yes,
is that this portrays Meghan Markle as being some kind of Martha Stewart. She's got a mixing bowl and a caster sugar.
It portrays her as something, and a mixing bowl, yes. Reminds me of a Shakespearean play. I mustn't say the word, but it's a bit hubble, bubble, toil and trouble where she's concerned, isn't it? It's bad luck to say the actual word, you see. Darlings, if you're not in Britain, you mustn't say that Shakespearean word. But she's definitely one of them, isn't she? Yes, there's three of them, all stirring the pot. Anyway, so, yeah, it doesn't feature cooking, but on the trailer, wasn't she cooking? Well, say cooking. I think she was freezing flowers and putting them in ice cubes or something really technical, frivolous and complete waste of time. Who does that? Can you imagine having a drink and someone shoved a bleeding flower in it? Oh, just having a nice drink of bleeding wine, and there we go, there's half a tulip. Anyway, let's go.
A flour, and she's kind of making this stuff from scratch. Kind of Meghan's recipes, if you want to make a Victoria sponge or whatever, she's the girl to go to in terms of the recipe. But of course, this show is not that at all. There's no recipes in it. There's no 2 ounces of this and 4 tablespoons of that. This is literally just a PR pastiche of nonsense to make her look like a normal human being.
Right.
Rupert Bell, what do you think of this?
I'm not being funny, but I couldn't have put it better myself, But when you say a normal human being, I don't think you actually mean it, do you, darlings? Because it's all kind of soft lighting and this, that and the other, isn't it? Well, none of us have actually seen an episode. We have only been treated to the trailer. So it might be groundbreaking. Maybe, we shouldn't be so cynical. It might work out really good. But as I say, she's an enigma anyway, so God knows what she's going to treat us to. Could be any matter of nonsense.
Well, every time I have to watch the trailer, it makes me cringe.
We're paying you to watch it, mate.
This isn't in film.
See, he gets paid to watch it. We just have to suffer through it, don't we?
A house. And
it's not a house,
if she's talking about lifestyle, she lives in a gilded life. I mean, when did she last turn the washing machine on?
She wouldn't even know where it is.
Well, I'm not being funny. I don't think they've ever found out where the iron is. Do you? So I don't think it's that gilded. Because with all that money, you'd think you'd have a dresser or somebody, wouldn't you? Or at least somebody to iron your clothes. Because she's obviously as lazy as anything, isn't she? So there you go. We'll plunge on in. Carry on in. When do we get... So what they're saying is she's never going to share her bleeding courgette muffin recipe with anybody. Tick. I think that could be a plus.
And when did she last get out there planting the seeds and growing everything? It's filmed in someone else's house, so that immediately makes it fake. There's probably a significant production crew preparing everything, and yes, she's saying this is how we want to live. And
hang on, if you think of the banana bread cake, do you remember that saga? Do you remember that? I think we all remember that. And wasn't the poor woman up all night? She made about 6 of them before one of them was passed as okay by the Marklet. Yeah? So I think it's going to be kind of that vibe, isn't it, really? I just know. You can feel it in your water.
To have our friends around. Looking at the list of friends she's got...
What friends?
Who are coming, it's not a really A-list lot. I think
nobody's heard of them. Literally nobody's heard of them, apart from one with the surname Spencer, is Abigail. No one cares. And I think she only keeps her around because she's got surname Spencer and some sort of tenuous link is there somewhere along the line. I don't know.
It's the wife of the polo player who featured in the polo documentary.
Her makeup artist, Rupert?
Yeah, makeup artist. So you just feel that it's not going out on a limb.
Right.
And it just... Look, we haven't seen it. It comes out on March 4th. We may be surprised.
Yeah,
but Netflix didn't even...
I think we're all going to one and all be surprised, darling. To be fair, we were surprised with the Archie World Bleeding podcast, weren't we? We were sat on the edge of our seats, we were on tenterhooks, our knuckles were white with anticipation, weren't we? And then it arrived and was just wasn't it? You know, a big old flop. So yeah, we're going to be surprised and mesmerised in turns, probably. Who can tell?
Their upcoming series the other day when they had a big launch of something that was happening even after the delay.
Right.
Yes, the CEO has come out and said he's excited by this, but you would have expected...
Did he say that with a straight face? Did he?
Oh dear, excited's the word. He's probably more concerned that they're never going to get a farthing back off all the money they've laid out and invested in them, really. But there you go.
Well, I don't know, but he did say that...
So hang on, Rupert, sorry, let me just get this clear. So you got the guy that commissioned The Day of the Jackal, one of the best series I've ever seen, is equally as excited about Meghan gazing longingly at her dog across somebody else's kitchen.
Right.
Well,
and of course, MUFFINS,
from a
darling.
commercial point of view, he has to be excited because there are supposed allegedly 100 million reasons why.
Oh, I mean, funny, if they followed me around with the camera, they'd probably get more excitement than following her around with the camera.
They are hop deep in the Meghan and Harry
extravaganza. But Rupert, on that note, so you make a good point. So this is, they say, the last element of the $100 million deal that Harry and Meghan did with Netflix. Is that right?
I believe so.
100 million.
There's reportedly films in development. Meghan's got the rights.
It's like money for old bleeding rope, isn't it? I bet you he's going to bang on about that lake, you know, where we've all got to go down and jump in the lake or something or other. Yeah, because that's been churned up again, hasn't it? It's been mooted that apparently it's in production and they're going to do this, that and the other. Oh my God, please, somebody, just stop it, please.
A book which they're now trying to develop potentially into a film with Netflix's backing. So the whole thing is, up in the air, and this series does need to be a success. Right. Yes, look, I'm going to have to watch it. I'm not the target market. Let's be quite clear.
Who is?
But what I want to see, if it's genuinely authentic, then you might say people.
Don't say authentic, please. Don't say authentic. We've seen the trailer. There was nothing authentic about the trailer. It was just mind-numbingly crass and its usual sort of brimful of hooey, wasn't it? So we're going to plunge on for a couple of more minutes.
Sorry, you think genuinely and authentic and Meghan Markle are the words that go in the same sentence?
Definitely not.
Not normally.
not ever.
Clearly it's going to be edited and make her look good because that's what she does. But it's not...
But she edits everything to make herself look good, darling. But it just never really, works. Because... we have got an old saying in Britain, apparently you can't polish a turd, you see, and that's where we are with the Marklet. With that, I think I'm going to leave it because I'm already bored and it does say vomit-inducing and I'm feeling a bit queasy all of a sudden, so there we go. So I'll say goodbye to you, and wherever you are in the world, I wish you all the best. Have a lovely afternoon, morning, evening or good night. None of you have bed bugs, you're far too refined, darlings, all of you. So I won't say that. Anyway, I love you all, each of you individually, and just keep on keeping on, right on till the end of the road, darlings. We should do it one and all. We should just grasp each other and plunge ever onwards, as far away as possible from the Marklet and her vision of the bleeding world, or her vision of her bleeding world. Anyway, bye-bye now.